So the RAV4 is Toyota's compact crossover SUV, and it's been around since 1994. Back in 1997, Toyota produced an EV version of the RAV4, but this was a fleet vehicle only and very low production. It wasn't until 2015 and the 4th generation RAV4 that Toyota introduced a hybrid version of the RAV4. We're now in the 5th generation of the RAV4, and this is the 2019 hybrid version. Let's get into it. So when you're configuring a RAV4, you can choose from a normal gas-powered RAV4 or the hybrid version of the RAV4. Once you select the hybrid version, you have 4 different trim level options. Those trim levels are the LE, the XLE, the XSE, which is what we're driving, and then a limited trim, which is the top of the line. So let's talk a little bit about the exterior design of the 5th generation RAV4. First of all, the RAV4 used to be based on the Corolla platform. For the 5th generation, it is now based on the Camry, Avalon, and yes, the Lexus ES platforms. This makes it a bit of a bigger vehicle, but also a better feeling vehicle overall. Up front, you get really nice looking projector beam LED headlamps. You get LED daytime running lamps and integrated fog lamps. Around the back, you also get LED tail lights. You do get a dark gray metallic colored grille with hexagon shapes. You get these low profile black painted roof rails. The wheels on here are 18-inch alloy wheels, 5-spoke. They look really good. The base trim gets 17-inch wheels, and you can option all the way up to 19s. But of course, the bigger wheel that you get, the more low-profile tire that you get, and that affects things like road noise and overall feel of driving. In the back, you get dual chrome exhaust tips that look really sporty on this thing. So the RAV4 has an overall width of 73.0 inches. It has a 180.9 overall length and a 105.9 inch wheelbase. Overall, I've got to say I'm a big fan of the new design. I really liked the Adventure package that we've driven before, as well as this hybrid. It looks much more sporty, much more premium, and just overall a better looking vehicle than the previous generations. So let's move along from the exterior design and check out that rear hatch. So on this trim level of the RAV4, you get a height adjustable power lift gate with jam protection. You also get a ton of cargo space, which is a big plus. And if you're so inclined, the rear seats have a 60-40 split, so you can fit even more cargo in the back of this thing. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about what powers this thing. Under the hood, you get a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. This engine produces 203 horsepower and 184 foot-pounds of torque. That's matched up to a 650 volt electric motor system and 244.8 volt battery system. This produces 118 horsepower and 149 foot-pounds of torque. Total combined, that's 219 horsepower pushing this crossover SUV. Of course, that hybrid power is going to give you better fuel economy numbers. You're looking at 41 miles per gallon city and 38 miles per gallon highway. Driving this for a full week, we've been averaging just about 35.4 miles to the gallon. Moving along to the interior of this RAV4, let's start with the back seats. Now, like I said, they are 60-40 split seats, and they have a reclining feature. You also get a folding center armrest with integrated cup holders. So the back seats are pretty spacious and pretty comfortable. You still get nice materials back here. I get plenty of leg room even at my driver's seat position, and plenty of headroom. You also get reclining seats just to make sure you're extra comfortable. And you do get 2 USB ports back here for charging only. Overall, the size of the back seats are not bad at all. I can fit in there just fine, and the kids have no issues, even 3 wide in the back seats. Moving up here into the front seats, you get these nice Softex trimmed bucket seats. The driver's seat is 8-way adjustable, and the limited trim actually offers 2 memory settings for the seats. Not in this trim though. You also get soft touch materials on the doors, on the dash, the armrest, and you get this cool blue accent stitching on the trim pieces and on these seats. And I gotta say, the driver's seat is super comfortable, definitely easy for long drives. Other interior features include a dual zone climate control system. You get this panoramic glass sunroof. We have heated seats in here, but it is optional to get heated and ventilated. Behind the steering wheel, you get a 7-inch multi-info display. And this can be cycled through to show you different information about the vehicle, the fuel economy, and your driving mode, which we'll get into a little bit later. We also have this nice 3-spoke leather trim steering wheel that can be tilted and telescoped for optimal driving position. And this definitely helps for me, for a taller driver, to be able to put the seat back more and pull that steering wheel out to have your hands resting comfortably. And you also get a really nice and comfortable feeling leather trimmed shift knob. All right, so we're going to stop so we can take a second to talk about some of the tech in this RAV4. Up front, we get an 8-inch touchscreen display running Entune 3.0. The 3.0 version of Entune really stepped up the game for Entune, and we also have Apple CarPlay integration now. You also get Toyota's Safety Sense 2.0, which is a slew of safety features. You get a total of 5 USB ports in this thing. You get 1 up here that is for your media. You get 2 in the console for charging only, and you get 2 in the rear seats for charging only. You also get a 12-volt, 120-watt auxiliary power outlet up here in the front, as well as 1 in the cargo area. And of course, we get a QI-compatible wireless charging system. You also get the cool rear view mirror where you can flip it and see out the rear view camera. So there definitely is a lot of cool tech if those are things that you're looking for when you're buying your crossover SUV, which is something I would definitely be looking for. All right, well, let's put her back into gear and check out the driving. So the car is on right now. We're in EV mode. Shifting it into gear, you're still in EV mode. It is a pretty nice and quiet experience. So like I said before, you do have driving modes in here. You have an EV only mode, you have an eco mode, you have a normal mode, and of course you have a nice sport mode. And this one also happens to be all-wheel drive, so we have a trail mode as well, but you don't have individual settings for your all-wheel drive system. The sport mode really does wake up that throttle response and gives you really good acceleration. This does have start-stop technology for the engine, basically to switch into EV mode versus running the engine. But unlike a lot of other vehicles where you immediately reach for an off button, this doesn't have an off button for that, obviously. But the transition from EV to engine on is super smooth, and you normally can't even tell the difference. The hybrid does feel a lot heavier than the non-hybrid versions, which is good because it feels more planted, but it is heavier because of those batteries. So the non-hybrid versions have a curb weight of about 4,610 pounds, while the hybrid version is 4,920 pounds. That's a difference of 310 pounds. Again, it's heavier and it feels heavier, but that also contributes to feeling more planted, which is a really nice feeling to have, especially in a vehicle that you might be carrying your family in. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the price and what this compares to. So the base level hybrid, the LE, has a base price of $27,850. The top of the level trim, the Limited, has a base price of $35,850. The one we're reviewing is the XSE all-wheel drive, and we have a total MSRP with all of our options of $38,214. In a quick comparison, the non-hybrid RAV4 has a base price of $25,650, and the Limited trim, the top of the line, has a base price of $33,650. So it's just over a $2,000 bump for the hybrid platform. Other vehicles that this could compete with are things like the Honda CR-V, the Jeep Cherokee, the Mazda CX-5, the Hyundai Santa Fe or Tucson, the Nissan Rogue, and a slew of other really great compact crossover SUVs. Now, out of that list, I really like the CX-5 for its looks. I like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Tucson a lot for overall looks and value. The Nissan Rogue is a really good value as well and has a nice interior. And the Jeep Cherokee, after its redesign, I think looks really good. And if you're looking for going off-roading, that's definitely one worth looking at. Competing directly with the hybrid, though, there's not much else to talk about with the SUV market. So overall, the updated design, the improved driving dynamics, the improved interior really changes this vehicle from something that you might have to drive to something you might actually want to drive. I really like it. I think they did a great job on the 5th generation of the RAV4 and would definitely recommend it for people looking in the market for this segment. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the RAV4 Hybrid. And as always, thanks for watching. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around this far into the video. Be sure to go check out these other videos that we've got in our playlist. And thanks for watching.